Thoughts on the career of Manny Pacquiao, and did you know him well?
No lo conozco personalmente, pero lo que sí te puedo decir es que ha logrado mucho en el boxeo y ganó campeonatos en muchas divisiones, grandes peleas. Creo que era el momento de retirarse, él ya está en el Salón de la Fama y la verdad es que un gran peleador.
You know, I don't know.
Canelo Alvarez recently expressed his surprise at the intensity of Manny Pacquiao's training sessions. In a lighthearted remark, he even joked that Pacquiao, at 46, displayed more speed during training than he himself did at 36. It's always intense when legends come out of retirement. I remember Pacquiao's last fight didn't go well, but I'm hoping for a better outcome this time. Canelo Alvarez echoed the sentiments of many fans, referring to Pacquiao's fight against Yordenis Ugas, where his performance was disappointing to many. However, Canelo also found comfort in Pacquiao's current level of fitness as he prepares for his fight against Mario Barrios. "I trust Manny," he said. "He's a disciplined fighter and his training sessions have been insane. A lot of active boxers today don't even have that kind of strength, speed, or agility."
You don't lose that. Awesome.
Unsurprisingly, a large number of boxing fans agreed with Canelo Alvarez. As they say, legends recognize legends. Manny Pacquiao is undoubtedly one of those timeless icons who will always be respected in the boxing world. His discipline and lifestyle will forever be admired and will continue to inspire fans around the globe. One fan stated, "I love the respect between these two legends, two of the greatest of all time with immense admiration for each other. I really hope Manny can move past the loss in the election and clinch the championship at 46. It's a massive dream, and I hope he can make it happen."
Un gran peleador.
You know, I don't know Manny Pacquiao personally, but I know that he's a great champion. You know, it was his time for his retirement. He had already reached the Hall of Fame, but he is a great fighter.
Yeah. Basically, as you move forward, Canelo, and you look at, where.
Another fan commented, "I still remember the crowd's roar when Pacquiao defeated Keith Thurman back in 2019. I truly hope to see that kind of joy among boxing fans again if the people's champion wins. It's clear that he's putting in the work, and I believe his efforts will pay off." And someone else added, "Canelo hasn't said a single false word about Manny. Many modern-day professionals can't match Pacquiao's discipline and training ethic. He's exceptional at what he does and deserves every bit of praise he receives." While early training footage showed some signs of fatigue, Manny Pacquiao has become noticeably more active and athletic since shifting to outdoor training sessions in recent days. Not long ago, Manny Pacquiao hinted at his return to the spotlight when a 38-second video surfaced showing him training with intensity. Dressed in simple sportswear, the Filipino legend launched combinations at the punching bag with the same fierce determination that once made him an 8-division world champion. The footage, shared by Boxing Kingdom, came with a powerful message. The legend is back. Now 46 years old and nearly 4 years removed from his last fight, Pacquiao is preparing to face Mario Barrios, the current WBC welterweight champion. Scheduled for July 19th in Las Vegas, the bout will pit two generations with vastly different fighting styles against each other. Barrios, who is 16 years younger, enters the ring in peak condition, riding a winning streak fueled by relentless pressure and a strong jab. But this fight is more than just a comeback. It's a showdown against time itself.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
No.
What? I I ain't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
That you don't know much about boxing.
Getting a little uncomfortable up here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rio.
In other words,
what do you think? You're an expert. What do you think?
I think like Gennady Golovkin.
Inside Pacquiao's training camp, they are fully aware of the challenges ahead. It appears they've strategically prioritized certain elements of preparation to help weather any adversity that might arise during the match. A brief statement from a team member to Eli Sekbok of ES News speaks volumes about their mindset going into the WBC welterweight title bout. Strength and conditioning coach Justin Fortune and manager Buboy Fernandez were both present when Sekbok arrived for interviews. However, it was an assistant trainer who ultimately shared the inside scoop. When asked about their strategy and prediction, he replied simply, "It will go 12 rounds." From that brief comment, it's clear the team doesn't expect Pacquiao to end the fight early. Instead of a 400-meter sprint, they are preparing for a grueling marathon. The real question now is, does Pacquiao still have the stamina? Despite criticism over the past few years, including after his last bout against Cuban fighter Yordenis Ugas, Canelo Alvarez continues to earn respect from many boxing legends. One of the latest voices to praise him is Manny Pacquiao himself, who is now preparing for a highly anticipated return against Mexican-American fighter Mario Barrios. It took only 3 words for Pacquiao to express his opinion of Alvarez. Speaking to ES News, the 46-year-old Filipino icon called the Mexican boxer a role model, before briefly commenting on Canelo's upcoming fight against American welterweight champion Terence Crawford.
A while back, your son was in the gym with Canelo. Canelo showed him a lot of love. Yeah. He's a good person too. Canelo's a good person. Yeah. He's a role model. One of the role models in boxing. You guys separate yourself from most fighters, being like the face of the sport.
Manny Pacquiao landed in Los Angeles just a few hours ago to resume training for his July 19th showdown, set to take place at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The bout will be contested for the WBC interim welterweight title, currently held by Mario Barrios. Pacquiao also took a moment to share some advice for Canelo Alvarez and praised his decision to take on Terence Crawford, saying he believes it's a strong matchup for the Mexican star. According to Pacquiao, Canelo's keys to victory will be focusing on speed, style, and strength. The friendship between Pacquiao and Alvarez dates back several years, most notably in 2021, when Pacquiao's son, Emmanuel Pacquiao Jr., trained with Alvarez and his coach, Eddie Reynoso.
Did you get any sleep yet, Manny? Or
Morning.
any sleep yet? Or it's called a jet lag?
So yeah, like,
But you're still working out.
like 12, and then woke up and 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's it.
No sleep.
In fact, Canelo Alvarez offered some heartfelt farewell words when Manny Pacquiao announced his retirement in 2021. Canelo reacted to the news as Pacquiao, the legendary 8-division world champion, shifted his focus toward a presidential run in the Philippines. Although the two boxing icons never met in the ring, they are widely regarded as two of the most electrifying and accomplished fighters the sport has seen in the past 25 years. Canelo didn't hesitate to pay tribute to Pacquiao's incredible career, but also expressed the sense of relief, acknowledging that the Filipino legend was stepping away after a tough loss to Yordenis Ugas in August. It's sad, but it was about time, Canelo told Little Giant Boxing. He did a lot for the sport. He's a great fighter, a true legend. Pacquiao had hinted after the loss to Ugas that it might have been his final fight, though his team initially tried to clarify his statements. Eventually, the boxer made it official by releasing a public announcement confirming his retirement. As I hang up my boxing gloves, I want to thank the whole world, especially the Filipino people, for supporting Manny Pacquiao. Goodbye, boxing. He said in an emotional video, "It's hard for me to accept that my time as a fighter is over, but today I am officially announcing my retirement."
Forward, Canelo, and you look at where you stand in your career right now. Where do you think your legacy is, and how far short is it of standing as the greatest fighter in Mexico history?
I don't know, but I just wanna say, I just wanna do my history, my things, and everybody's different. But I'm gonna try to do my best and be there in one of the best.
I would imagine that's probably a situation where you're not gonna know that you're that #1 fighter in the history of Mexico until you have reached it in your heart. Is that true?
Thank you for changing my life. When my family was struggling, you gave us hope. You gave me a chance to fight my way out of poverty. Because of you, I've been able to inspire people all over the world. Because of you, I've had the courage to transform even more lives, Pacquiao said. I'll never forget what I've achieved, things I could never have imagined. I feel like I just heard the final bell. I never thought this day would come, but as I hang up my gloves, I know it's time. Still, Pacquiao didn't step away without sharing some wisdom. Before ending his message, he offered a few words of advice to Terence Crawford ahead of the upcoming fight.
We'll do our best. I mean, it's hard to say right now, but we work hard for this training camp. We'll show you.
What do you think about Canelo?
It's good. Canelo is good. And Triple G.
A few years ago, it seemed possible that the legendary Manny Pacquiao might one day face off against champion boxer Terence Crawford, as both fighters were competing within similar weight classes. However, the much-anticipated matchup never materialized, which, in hindsight, may have been for the best. Pacquiao appeared to be a shadow of his former self in the final bouts of his professional career. Since then, Crawford has systematically defeated nearly every top contender in his division, collecting title belts and extending his undefeated record. His dominant performances have propelled him to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Now Crawford is set to face Canelo Alvarez in mid-September in what is expected to be the most lucrative fight of his career. Meanwhile, Pacquiao is also stepping back into the ring this summer to face reigning WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Manny, you were a smaller fighter fighting bigger guys. What advice do you give Crawford for fighting Canelo, a bigger guy?
My advice is make sure that he will focus on speed. That he is right? That's the problem when you're moving up.
There's no doubt that the 46-year-old Pacquiao is fully focused on his upcoming bout against an opponent 16 years his junior. Still, that didn't stop him from commenting on the highly anticipated Canelo versus Crawford fight during a May 23rd interview with Fight Hub TV. During the conversation, Pacquiao was asked what advice he would offer Crawford in preparing to face Canelo, considering Canelo is the naturally bigger fighter. "My advice is that he should make sure to focus on speed," Pacquiao responded. "That's the problem. When you move up in weight, your speed and power often fade, so he really needs to concentrate on maintaining that."
Manny, you met Crawford in Dubai, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
He got so scared of meeting Manny, he jumped up 3 weight classes because he didn't want that smoke.
3 weight classes?
Yeah, 47, 54, 60, 68. I'm joking, of course.
This insight stands in interesting contrast to what Pacquiao himself will need to focus on in his own fight. The general consensus within the boxing community is that Pacquiao may need to rely on his punching power to have any real chance against Barrios, especially since Barrios is expected to be the faster and more agile of the two fighters. Interestingly, one more person has drawn a parallel between the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight and one of Manny Pacquiao's past showdowns. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford has quickly become the main focus of the boxing world ever since the blockbuster fight was announced. The two modern-era greats are scheduled to battle it out on September 13th in a clash that promises to determine who truly reigns supreme. As anticipation continues to build, legendary boxing trainer Teddy Atlas has weighed in with his prediction. Known for his sharp insights and extensive experience in the sport, Atlas offered his take during an interview with The Ring. He highlighted a timeless debate in boxing. What happens when an elite smaller fighter goes toe-to-toe with an elite bigger fighter? That very question now sits at the heart of the Canelo versus Crawford storyline.
It was going to be, I just think Crawford's real special. I think Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. I see it. The timing, the instinct, the eyes, the ability to be chilly cold, not just cold and calm, but chilly cold.
Terence "Bud" Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes, with his last bout taking place at 154 lbs against Israel Madrimov. Although Crawford arguably didn't look his sharpest in that fight, legendary trainer Teddy Atlas was quick to put things into context, highlighting that Madrimov had over 300 amateur fights under his belt, making him a particularly tricky opponent. In his interview with The Ring, Atlas said, "You reverse who's got the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah, the size and power, Canelo's got the advantage. Then all of a sudden you go back and say, wait a minute, the other guy is faster. The other guy's craftier. The other guy has more options. The other guy's slicker. Maybe he's the one with the real advantages."
Moved up to 154, but he was fighting a good fighter. He was fighting a guy that fought a very difficult style at that moment, and he was fighting at a weight class that was foreign to him, and we had to give him a minute. Nobody wants to give anyone a minute in this business. You're supposed to be great, you gotta be great every minute. But I gave him a minute to kind of get his feet settled at a new weight class.
Atlas then drew a striking comparison between the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight and Manny Pacquiao's iconic victory over Oscar De La Hoya. He recalled that in 2008, it was Pacquiao's speed and explosiveness that made the difference, despite De La Hoya's size and power. Like the first time Pacquiao fought De La Hoya, I know De La Hoya was struggling with weight and all that, I get it. But still, I remember picking Pacquiao to win. Everyone said De La Hoya was bigger, stronger, had the power advantage, had the edge, but Pacquiao was quicker. That ended up being the difference. And it was a big difference.
The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, it's in his background, where he came from. That there's something about, just like a Sugar Ray Leonard had that something about him when he's a junkyard dog, when he has to be a junkyard dog. And with all the intangible gifts that I just touched.
While Atlas acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's outstanding resume, he made it clear where his personal belief lies. "I'm one of those people who thinks Crawford is very, very special. I'm not saying Canelo isn't, but Crawford is special. In a different way, he has instincts that not everyone has. It's the timing, the instinctual things, the X factor, and again, the intangibles he brings." Meanwhile, over the first weekend of June, Manny Pacquiao will be officially inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, a testament to his historic career. After that, his full attention will shift back to his July 19th clash against Mario Barrios, a 30-year-old opponent who wasn't even born when Pacquiao made his pro debut in 1995. Earlier this month, the WBC re-entered Pacquiao into its official rankings at number 5, and many in the boxing world view Barrios as a very beatable opponent, perhaps handpicked to set up Pacquiao's triumphant return.